Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so this episode opened up with Brittany and her husband and his family, and you know, last episode, Brittany's husband was giving weird energy, okay? I'm not even finna tiptoe around that. I didn't like it. I don't like to witness men being mean to women, especially women that you are romantically involved with, women that you have married, made a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. I don't like it. I don't like to see it. If that's what you allow, if you like that type of thing, you like your man to talk to you a little crazy, that's your thing, more power to you. That's not my thing. It's not something I like to see. It's not something I like to be a witness to. It just makes me uncomfortable. And I don't really understand why these men come on these shows. I don't get why y'all come on these shows and be mean to y'all girlfriends, wives, what. I don't understand it. Like, if you don't want to film, don't film. But don't come on camera being mean and talking behind gritted teeth. I don't like it. You know? He seemed a little bit better though this episode. He did. I guess he seemed to, I don't like when women give excuses for men and be like, well, he's uncomfortable around the cameras. It was giving that he was uncomfortable around the cameras because when his family was there, he was still giving jerk, but it wasn't as bad. So I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. I just don't like it. Don't be mean to your wife. But anyways, about Miss Brittany. I don't know, like, so I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? If I'm not gonna do nothing else, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Last summer when they were filming and Britt was like getting on social media, saying certain things, talking, I was instantly annoyed. I was like, oh my gosh, she's about to be insufferable. I don't think I'm gonna like this girl. Like, she's just doing too much. I just already was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like her. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like her. But so far, I'm really liking Britt. I really am. I know a lot of people already hate her and they've written her off because of the situation between her and Kenya. I'm not gonna be that way. I'm not gonna be that way because she's already, look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Britt has already hit me in my soft spot, y'all. When I was watching, I was kind of doing my hair. I was playing around. Like, I wasn't really giving my full focus to the show. I was listening, but I really wasn't, I was listening, but I wasn't listening. And so when she said that her father passed away in 2015, that got my attention. Like, that snatched me up. It did something to me. I felt that because I lost my mother in 2015. I lost my father in 2014. They died less than a year apart. And y'all already know, like, if you've been here for a while, then you already know. I talk about my mom way more than I talk about my dad. My dad is it's harder for me to talk about my dad because of the way that he passed away. But y'all know that is like my soft spot. And so when she said that she started her insurance company because of what happened in her life, her father passed away. He had a $2 million life insurance policy, but her mother was not able to collect it because he was in between, I think, left one job trying to transition to another job, and things went haywire. She wasn't able to collect the policy that her husband had set for her. That happens a lot. Maybe not exactly like how their situation happened, but that happens a lot. She pulled at my heartstrings, and I took a liking to her because a lot of times when you're going through a bad situation and then another bad situation, they just start piling up on top of you. It's hard to move forward. It's hard to build. It's hard to do anything. You know what I mean? And the fact that she took that and said, okay, I'm going to make sure that this does not define us. We're going to move forward. We're going to do something. We're going to take care of ourselves. Me and my sisters, we're going to start a company. I admire her for that. I love that. I love that. I really truly do, because this happens a lot. Yeah, a lot of times people die and they think that they've left their loved ones fully secure. Everything's gonna be all right, just in case anything happens, everything's gonna be fine. And everything don't always be fine, you know? So yeah, that really made me look at her a little different. Like, since she's been on the show, you know, I like a pretty girl. I like a girl's girl. I like a girly girl. I like a, you know, I don't mind an airhead, okay, as long as you're not being completely stupid. I don't mind a little ditziness, a little, you know, I don't really mind that. But she was giving a little airhead, and now she's peeling back the layers, and I think I like her. I do. No, but seriously, I really like that she shared this story with us. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of hearing stories like this until you're in a story like this. When my mom passed away, we went through some legal situations, you know, after her passing. And there was, oh Lord, I don't want to relive those days. I would just leave it at that. But I remember when I was going through what I was going through, one of my friends, coworkers, she was trying to give me some advice based off of what she went through. And when she shared with me what she experienced when her father passed away, I was like, well, damn, maybe I should stop complaining about what I'm going through, because girl, y'all went through it a lot worse. And so I like her mission. You know, it was like, look, I'm going to make sure we set these insurance policies up. I'm going to make sure we do things the right way so that, you know, things like this don't continue to happen. Because you know how many times people have been paying into a life insurance policy for years and years and years and years and years of their life. And then when they pass away, their loved ones aren't even able to collect it. It's there, but there's so many red tape and dumb stuff that they can't even. So I like that she built her business with that intention. I think that that's really cool. And I know that some people are just not going to like her, but I think they're putting some quality into this season. I don't know. People ain't really watching. People ain't giving it a chance, but y'all need to. Y'all really need to. Okay, so this scene between Kelly and Portia, I liked it. I enjoyed it, okay? It was giving classic Housewives where we can shade each other, but we can have a little sit down and talk and move on from it. You know, I like that. I do think that I'm enjoying Kelly. So far, she's my favorite addition. I mean, I feel like I like Britt as well, but I'm enjoying Kelly. She's a little firecracker, and I love them, okay? I love me a spicy firecracker. I was raised by a spicy firecracker, okay, baby? It's in my veins. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA, okay? I love that she was like, baby, if I said it behind your back, I'll say it to your face. It don't make me no difference. I'm going to say it. I said what I said. Stood on business. I like Kelly. I do. I will say, though, that I do believe that producers kind of pointed her in Portia's direction. I think that they probably also pointed Britt in Kenya's direction, because you need something. You need a little something to get things going. And I think that's what happened. But I like that she was able to kind of just be like, I'm going to be myself regardless, 100% of the time. And she wasn't intimidated by Portia. And I'm glad that Portia was able to be like, okay, girl, it ain't that deep, whatever. Like, because it's really not. It's really not. And it's just like, if Portia thinks that she's going to go the rest of her life without people saying stuff about what happened between she and Simon, as if that was not a bizarre situation to unfold, then she crazy. We're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it. If you are shamed, then you shouldn't have done it. You a woman standing your... I mean, I guess right now it would probably not be the best time to be 100% transparent and honest about certain things. But at the end of the day, girl, you just got to own it. You got with that man. I'm not judging you. Well, some people are going to judge you, sis. It is what it is. Okay, so this scene in the studio with Drew, Angela, Kenya, and Cheekbones, I told y'all, this whole situation with Dennis and Drew, y'all not fooling me. Dennis loves this platform. I told y'all that already. He loves this platform. He's always going to promote whatever he got going on, whatever business he's trying to do. He's always going to use this platform to his advantage. He was like, y'all want to be in my business, y'all want to talk about me and what I did. I'm going to use y'all to, y'all going to use me for a storyline, and I'm going to use y'all to promote my businesses. And that's what he does. And I can't blame him on that front. The problem to me is Drew. Dennis a little bit as well, but Drew. Drew has had all these outlandish storylines, and people really don't. Her co-stars, her castmates, they never really get into her storylines. Like her first storyline with the Tampa, the baby daddy just getting out of jail. Nobody cared. Nobody really cared. When it came to Drew, Drew was like a joke to them. They made fun of Drew. They made fun of her wigs. They talked about, she was a joke to them. Every season she does something, it's like the cast, they low-key know she be lying. They low-key know she just be doing the most. It's all made up stuff. But this right here, what she's doing with Portia, yeah, it's something that the rest of the girls were going to want to nitpick and pull apart and be like, what's going on here? And it's working. It's working for her. I'm not entertained because I already know where she's going with this. I know what she's doing, and it's just like, girl, with all the dramatics, like, they're like, I asked you about Dennis. Oh, well, girl, you like that they're asking all these questions about Dennis, so you're playing coy, and it's like, now when Portia get on, well, I guess Portia not gonna get on her ass. Portia not gonna get on her ass because we've seen that Portia has come along and she's, you know, she's on board with the bullshit now. So I guess the people was eating Portia up. So she needs to make nice with Drew, because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. You can't have too many people on the cast not liking you. It's not going to go well for you. And she know that Drew is an easy, so she's making nice with Drew. She done made nice with Britt Edie. Who knows what's going on with her and Shamia, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, Angela Oakley. I was about to say something. I don't know if I like her. Okay, I gotta be an adult here. This is the thing, right? I'm willing to give Britt grace for her being a little shady towards Kenya, because that's what they do on this show. I'm willing to give Kelly grace for being shady towards Portia, because that's what they do on this show. But I feel a way about Angela and Shamia. I don't know. Because I can understand why Britt would be like, she shaded my ring, so I feel a way about her. I can understand why Kelly might feel a way because I'm going through a divorce and somebody took my man. Somebody was messing with my man, so I feel a way about Portia. And I don't feel bad that she's going through a divorce. Those things kind of make sense. I don't understand what Angela's issue is with Shamia. Other than they told her, you need to go after somebody, and she just chose Shamia. Like, I'm confused about that. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then, did y'all catch that them ladies boldface lied on Shamia? They said that Shamia asked Drew if she was effing Dennis. She didn't say effing, she said dating. Like, they played it back. But everybody swore. You see how the game of telephone, how people will lie on you and they just keep it pushing. Like, they didn't just tell a bold-faced ass lie. A bald-headed, raggedy, big-headed lie. Anyways, so Shamia's scene with her sisters, their parents had some beautiful girls, okay? They all look so lovely. Can I be a little shady? I can, because I can. This is why I look... Y'all not gonna like it. Y'all remember... was it season 12 when everybody had a baby? Shamia, Portia, Kenya all had a baby, and Eva was pregnant, I believe. Yeah, that was season 12. Remember when Shamia was telling her birth story at the March of Dimes event, and Kenya jumped in and was like, yeah, because that's when you called me, and I asked that I need to come meet you over there because we didn't know where Portia was. A lot of y'all was mad because Portia was like, girl, what? And Shamia was like, that's not what happened. That was a different day. I had my baby a whole month after that particular conversation that you're talking about, Kenya. And I just thought, this is so off topic, but I just thought Kenya was full of shit for that. Because first of all, Kenya, you live in Atlanta where you only know about 5 people and you're 9 months pregnant or 8 months pregnant. And Shamia is an emergency. She don't need you to come get her. She got her whole family in Atlanta. She's from Atlanta. Like, she has her whole family there. She has 2 sisters. She has a mother and a father. She has a husband. She has a whole village of cousins and aunts and uncles. And she was like, do you need me to come meet you? If she's 8 months pregnant and she's in an emergency situation, she don't need another 8 months pregnant lady to come help her when she has a whole village of people to come help her. If Portia was not available, she got like 99 other people that she could call. That was all part of what I be looking at Kenya like, Kenya, I want to like you so bad, but sometimes you do and say things that just don't make no kind of sense. If anybody needed someone from the show to come help them, it's you. Because you only got like a teaspoon of friends in Atlanta. No shade. But you are the one that probably needed someone to come assist you. Like, that's really cute that you wanted to help Shamia when you thought she was going into labor. But she was going to be okay. That's why when they was pulling your story apart, and the fact that you wouldn't just own that annoyed me too. The fact that she wouldn't just say, oh, my bad, I got the 2 events mixed up. Instead of just saying, oh, my bad, I mixed it up. It became a whole Portia versus Kenya fans. Everybody was going at each other. That was so annoying to me. That was so annoying to me because I kept saying, like, Shamia has sisters and a mama and a daddy and her husband and cousins. You saw them girls that was in her wedding? She would have called all of them before she needed to call you, Kenya. No shade. But, like, that just didn't. That was such a dumb fight. But anyways, back to Shamia's scene with her sisters. They're so pretty, and so is she. They all look the same. It's just, like, different fonts. They're so pretty. So this is the thing. Shamia still wants to have more kids. Well, her husband wants more kids, but they're having a difficult time having children. And the older I get, these type of conversations make me very, very uncomfortable. I'm not even gonna lie. They do. They make me uncomfortable because life is so fragile. Like, sometimes you see people just popping out babies like it's nothing, and then you see people go through so much to have 1 baby or 2 babies, and it's just like, I really don't like to give an opinion on it. I don't have no opinion. My only opinion is, God bless you with a baby. Do everything you can to set that child up to have a good life. That's all I can say. Because, man, that stuff is like, it's difficult. Who would have known that in our day and age that women are dying having babies? I saw somebody, I don't even know how I came across this, off topic, but I saw someone on, it was on my For You page, and I barely even go on Instagram, but sometimes I do. And I saw this lady's, she was posting about her little baby that died. I think her baby was like 4 months. And I was just like, oh my God. And dang, what is her name? I don't know, but it just popped up on my For You page. And she already had a son, and then she had a little girl, and the little girl died at 4 months. And I don't know if she's ever shared what happened to the baby, but something really bad happened. And so now I'm nosy. I'm just going through her page, crying and reading and stuff. And I scrolled all the way back. I'm telling on myself, but this is what I did. I did do this, okay? And I'm scrolling through her page like, what happened? Because, you know, sometimes you need to educate yourself because you never know. This might be something that she shares that could help somebody that I know or me or whoever, you know? So I'm looking or whatever, and you could see like her last post of her and her baby, and then there's a month later and she's talking about the loss, and it was just so awful. And then so I'm scrolling and she's like posting all this stuff. And then she posted she had another baby, and I was just like, oh my God, you know, I was crying for her like I knew this girl. And I was just like, the courage and the bravery that it would take. Because who would even want to do that again? Like, sometimes it's hard to even get pregnant. You get pregnant, then you have this baby inside of you. You're getting sick. You gotta, everything you gotta do, you gotta think about that baby, because everything you do affects the baby. What you eat, what you don't eat. If you exercise, if you do too much, if you lift something, it's just, you're so fragile for almost a whole year. You're so fragile for almost a whole year. Then you have the baby. The baby is beautiful and healthy, so you think. And then 4 months later, so when I saw that she had another baby, a healthy baby girl, and it was like close to the time that she lost, like the anniversary of when she lost her baby, it was just like, oh my God. And then I just saw like, it just touched me. It really did. It did. There are people in my real life that have gone through similar stuff, and I just don't know how they do it. I don't know how they did it. Life is really something, you know? Life is really something. With Shamia, I just wish her the best. I wish her the best. I've seen people say some negative things, and like I said, when I've learned when it comes to stuff like this, it's like, negative, ugly comments are just not needed. They're not needed. Like, we're all doing the best we can in life. And it's just like, when it comes to stuff like this, you gotta be careful what comes out of your mouth. Like, cause you just don't know how you might really hurt someone. And sometimes people that we love are going through stuff that we don't know nothing about. And then we open up our mouths and say stupid, reckless things. And you don't even realize you don't even realize that you're probably saying something that is hurting someone that you love. And you don't even know it. So I just wish Shamia the best. Like, her little baby, her sisters was like, that baby is thriving and she's happy. And I was glad to hear that, because honestly, stuff like that, I hate to think of a child suffering. Oh my God, like, I don't like it. That's something that really bothers me. I hate to think of a little kid in pain or suffer. I don't like it. But shout out to Shamia for just being so brave and strong for her baby and doing what she needs to do. So, back to the Oakleys. Yeah, I thought I was gonna like Angela, but I don't know. I don't know, Angela. I don't know. This scene between she and her husband. Again, another man coming on TV and not being so nice and kind to their spouse, their wife, their girlfriend, their woman, whatever. Child, I can't. This story that Angela is trying to feed us about her and her husband's separation, she was better off not saying nothing to us, because it just didn't even make no sense. It was like, what are you talking about, sis? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't even really care. So a couple of days ago, this video came out of Wendy Williams back when, you know, she was, how you doing? I don't know if I remember this, because around this time I wasn't watching her every day. But long story short, there's this video with Wendy Williams saying that she ran into Charles and Angela pulled her to the side and was like, girl, it's only a baby. Speaking about Wendy divorcing her husband because he had a baby with his mistress of 10 years, right? And basically Wendy told her, like, girl, you could forgive that if you want to, but that's nice for you. I love that for you. But as for me, I can't. I'm not, and I'm not doing it. It's not funny. It's really not funny. It's not funny at all. I don't judge women who stay with men after they've had a baby on them. I don't judge you. Like, that's your business. Like, I had to live my own life. I got to figure out what I'm doing over here. I'm not judging you about that. But if someone else decides that it's too much for them and they can't do it, leave them be. Like, just leave them alone, especially if they didn't ask you for your opinion. I don't know. Women like Angela get on my nerves. I think everybody would love to be married to a successful person who made a lot of money, who is great at what they did. They accomplish a lot. But if she's gonna be doing all this ass kissing to her husband, it's going to wear me thin. Like, remember season 11, Shamari was just like, yeah, my husband's a legend. I'm married to the legend. I'm married to a legend. My husband don't need eyebrows because he's a legend. Shoulders bouncing, get them shoulders bouncing. Like, girl, you're his biggest fan. The rest of us, we don't care that much, okay? Whatever goes along with what y'all got going on, we don't care about it. The way Shamari could have made such a better storyline, and she just didn't. Anyways, I'm gonna mind my business. We're not talking about Shamari. We're talking about Angela. Angela was like, there's no divorce when you're married to Charles Oakley. Auntie, we didn't even know who that was. Okay? I'm a millennial, so I'm not that young. But I don't remember him. I don't know him. Girl, no shade to that man. I'm sure he was phenomenal at what he did, okay? I can't play basketball, so I'm not going to say that he wasn't great. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying he's not one of the ones that we know or care about. He's just not. Like, I don't know enough about sports to know your husband. Like, I know MJ. We all know MJ. We know Scotty. We know Dennis Rodman. We know Derrick Rose. We know Jalen Rose. You know, them the ones I know from Chicago. Charles Oakley, I feel like I might have heard that name a time or two, but I don't know him. If I would have seen that man face to face, I wouldn't know who that was. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to that man. I say all of that to say that if she's going to be doing this the whole season, like, I'm married to Charles Oakley, I'm married to Charles Oakley, it's going to wear me thin. It's going to wear me thin. Oh my God, I had to befriend the concierge. I had to befriend this person. I had to keep my eyes on him. I had to make sure he wasn't wasting my time. I had to make sure this. I had to coddle, stroke his ego every day. I had to fight all my life. I had to fight to keep my man. First of all, y'all do all of this and they still cheat on y'all and y'all still stay. So what is even the purpose? What is even the point of being a stalker if when you find out he's cheating, you still stay? Y'all don't be making marriage sound fun. It don't sound appetizing. It don't sound delicious. I don't know. Like, you gotta do all of that to keep your husband and then he still get on TV and talk to you crazy? And now you're begging him to have a vow renewal ceremony? He don't even want to do that. Why are you asking him on TV? And some of y'all be doing this to yourself. Sometimes I can't feel bad for y'all because you already know your husband's feelings. You've talked about this off camera and he probably gave you the cold shoulder off camera. Then you put him on camera and you ask him this so that you can get embarrassed. Ebo. So Drew's speaking with her attorney. Where do I start? Okay, I'm gonna just start here. Do y'all remember season 14 when Sheree's friend Fatum was on there and she threw a doggy treat at Fatum because she called her a dog? Y'all remember that? Okay, I bring that up. The reason I bring that up is because y'all remember what happened. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it again because those of you who may not remember. Drew came on season 14 coming for Sheree's neck. She said that her new friend Anthony, y'all remember Messy Anthony, Anthony had told her, shared with her, that Sheree don't pay her bills. Sheree owe him money. Sheree owes other people money that he introduced Sheree to. And she don't know what to do with this information. And she called Candy and was like, Candy girl, what do I do? She told this person. She told that person. And she tried to really make that her storyline. Like, eventually, Sheree's friend Fatum had to hop in and say, wait a minute. You saying all this stuff that Anthony told you about Sheree. Do you know what Anthony told us about you and your husband? And it turns out that Anthony was sending Sheree pictures from in the club. I think Anthony spotted Dennis and Ralph in the club, took a picture of it, sent it to Sheree, was telling Sheree a whole bunch of stuff about Drew and her husband. One of the things being that Ralph was gay. And Drew was looking dumbfounded like she always does. And she couldn't believe that they were saying that. Why would you say that? My husband isn't gay. Da, 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 da. Don't say that. That's my husband. Don't talk about my husband. not that I believe that Ralph is gay or not. I don't know, nor do I care. It's his business, whatever. But I found it very interesting that you have told us that Ralph goes on these binges and you don't know where he is. You can't communicate with him. You don't hear from him. You don't hear from him. He don't check in. He won't tell you where he's been or what he's been doing. And then someone shows you, someone that you thought was credible and you believe what they had to say about someone else, when they tell someone else that your husband is gay, oh no, it can't be. It's not possible. He's not. Are you sure? Fatum also revealed to us that Ralph had a lot of aliases. She looked him up, and when she looked him up, a whole bunch of aliases came up, one of them being a woman's name. And Drew was like, yeah, that's a lie. That's not true. That's not a true. She's lying on my husband. And she fetch. And she was throwing doggy treats. Y'all remember that? And a lot of people kind of just sided with Drew because they don't like Sheree. And they was like, oh, her friend was doing too much. But was she doing too much? Was she lying? Because now, present day, now it's coming out that he was sexting other women. They're sending you this. Not that any of this is true, because I believe that Ralph lies and I also believe that Drew lies, right? But all of this is coming up, and now the lawyers cannot finalize this divorce because they don't have access to Ralph's financials. Is that not consistent with somebody who's shady and has multiple aliases and has bad credit and whatever else? See, when Fatum was trying to tell you, you didn't want to hear it because you didn't like the source. You didn't like the messenger, so you ignored the message. But it's looking like Fatum wasn't lying about the financial part, that is. The other part, I don't know. But it's looking like she wasn't lying. She said it. She was like, it was a whole bunch of aliases coming out. And that is alarming. And Drew, you should have looked into that. And maybe you did. Who knows? All in all, it's just hard for me to feel bad for Drew because I don't know what's real. I don't know what's the truth or what's a lie. I really don't know when it comes to her and her husband. I know her husband, to me, I've never liked Ralph, okay? I never liked him. I feel like Ralph married Drew because she was famous and he wanted to be famous as well. I feel like that's the reason why they came on this show. A lot of men, a lot of straight men have been so negative towards these reality shows, but then once they see the success that these women are gaining from these type of platforms, now they all want a piece of it. And I feel like her husband is one of them who wanted a piece of it. And I don't know. I don't trust neither one of them. We haven't seen or heard from Ralph since season 15 wrapped. And then how many episodes in now? He's launching a podcast. He and Dennis are going back and forth on Instagram. There's a part of me that enjoys Dennis's foolishness. So I let Dennis live. But Ralph, I don't want to hear nothing about you, from you, none of that. Like, please go away from us with this Apollo. I don't like nothing about him and Drew. I just can't with them. Okay, so I was going to skip right on over Miss Diane and Portia's scene at Massage Heights, okay? I need one of them. I need me a day like that. But, because it's just really, I was going to skip over it. However, I seen so much chatter about it on Twitter. Basically, a lot of people were calling out Miss Diane and saying Miss Diane enables Portia's foolishness, and that's why Portia is so self-centered and all the things. You've probably seen it. And if you haven't, that's what the people have been saying. I can't disagree. A lot of people be dragging Miss Diane, and I always go up for the moms on this show. I really do. I go up for most of the moms on these reality shows, I guess, because I miss my mom. And I just love to see a mother and her daughter, especially people that are older than me, still having their moms. I didn't get to have that. I didn't get to experience my mom. My mom didn't even get to see me turn 30. So it's something, you know, that's why I have this channel. But I will say this. As much as I love Miss Diane, I think that Miss Diane was wrong with the advice that she gave Portia about Shamia. I didn't like it too much. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Your daughter ain't always right. Your daughter's not always right. I like the fact that Portia was like, oh, I don't think that she meant to hurt me or cause any problems. She was literally just doing what she needed to do in that moment. These girls said this, and I let my friend know, hey, girl, this is what they saying. I also told them girls, hey, be careful with my friend, because that's really my friend in real life. And I really don't know that Shamea did anything wrong. I don't see why Miss Diane is jumping on Shamea's back. I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like it. It wasn't, yeah, that wasn't Miss Diane's best moment. It wasn't. I always give her a pass though. Miss Diane looks like one of my mom's best friends. So it's like I'll be looking at my auntie and I can't be mad at my auntie for too much. I feel like yeah. I will say this though, this might be the source of the tension between Portia and Shamea present day. Because if I'm Shamea's family members and I see that Miss Diane says this about Shamea, I'm going to feel away. I would feel away about Portia and your mama saying this type of stuff on camera about Shamea. And maybe Shamea's family might have said something. I don't know. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe we should just watch and see what happens. Okay, so Miss Kelly's event, girl. Yes. Yes. Yes, Kelly, girl, you did that. I feel underdressed even reviewing it, you know. Yes, Kelly, okay. Kelly was like, baby, y'all don't get this. Y'all don't get this fabulousness. And I'm here for all of it. Okay, she had it at the Balmain store. Okay, Kelly. I like this. Okay, so the tea that Portia spilled on Drew and her having the same hairstylist and the same makeup artist, and Drew trying to sabotage Portia by slowing down the people so that she wouldn't get to them on time, or so that the makeup artist and hairstylist wouldn't get to Portia on time. I'm glad that Portia's laughing at it. I'm glad, because that's the type of stuff that would make me drag you out into the streets. Forget a baby daddy. I'm gonna drag you. Don't play with, well, I do my own hair and makeup. But like you doing little things like that. Y'all gonna see the other side of this Gemini that I be trying to keep tucked away. Don't play with me like that. I don't like people like that. And the funny thing is, two things that's really funny about this situation. When you came to Real Housewives of Atlanta, girl, you was dusty. Girl, they was laughing at you. They was calling you pet wig. Okay, they was saying you looked like you had a cat on your head. You looked terrible. Portia, out of the kindness and the goodness of her heart, put you on. It was like, girl, we're going to have to update this look. We're going to have to Atlantify you because, girl, you looking real terrible. You looking sad. You looking real sad. Portia has lent all of her resources to you to help you up, to uplift you. And you over here trying to sabotage her. Okay, girl, we see you. I'm telling y'all, y'all be mad at Kenya. Y'all be mad at Portia. Y'all be mad at everybody. But that Drew, she ain't no good. She ain't no good. You did all of that. And then you showed up to the event looking regular. You did not look like you were coming to Balmain. You didn't look like that's where you was going. You look like you came to a different event than everybody else. Everybody else ate. I mean, your hair and makeup look nice, but girl, you wasn't given anything special. I'm never going to see it for Drew. I'm so sorry. I'm never going to see it for her. I don't like this lady. I don't like her, and I don't like her husband. I don't. And her sister, I don't like her sister either. But anyways, we're going to get to it. Why does Shamea do that to that lady nose? She's like, how's she doing? That's not funny. That is not funny. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. Let me tell y'all something. I will contour the hell out of my nose. But baby, I love my little Negro nose. Okay, baby. I love it. Just like my mommy. Okay, I look like my mommy. I'm going to keep my nose. Her nose is definitely giving. Let me shut up. That's not nice. That's not nice. This argument between Angela and Shamia is dumb. But I'm on Shamia's side. I feel like Shamia had every right to ask Drew, like, girl, are you dating Dennis? What's going on? Because the streets are talking. She had a right to ask that question. When she asked Eva back in season 11, season 10? One of them, season 11. When she asked Eva if she dated Missy, she wasn't right for asking that question. But asking Drew if Drew had something going on with Dennis, when Drew and Dennis are posting weird videos, we in the studio, we cooking something up, like whatever they were saying, I think she was well within her right to ask that question. I think Shamia been in the group. Shamia been filming since season 6, season 5? For sure season 6. She been around for a minute. She ain't new to this circle. These are her friends. So she had a right to ask that question. You coming in talking about you're Drew's representative. Oh yes, that's what I am. It doesn't make sense. Your issue with Shamia was Shamia standing up for Portia. She's speaking up for Portia. She's asking questions that maybe Portia should have asked. You took issue with that. But then you're doing the same thing on Drew's behalf. Just because y'all both from Chicago don't mean y'all are friends and y'all know each other. And how old are you, girl? I can't tell. She gives that she's much older, right? She gives that she should be hanging out with Cynthia and Kenya. Not so much Drew. But I don't know. I don't know. Her nose is distracted. Oh, I need to stop. That wasn't nice. Y'all keep talking about some Brit sounds very nasally. This lady don't sound weird. Like she don't. I'm trying not to be like that. But no, for real. Her voice, it just, I don't know, it's a little annoying. It's a little bit annoying. Like, girl, what was wrong with your original nose? It wasn't cute. I promise I don't be trying to judge people. I really don't. I just believe in the power of makeup. I really do. Like, anyways, like I said, I don't like how Angela's coming towards. I don't like Angela's energy for Shamia. Like, I feel like you let them producers gas you up to go with Shamia, and you're gonna end up looking stupid. Because Portia's already over whatever it is with Drew. They're making nice with each other. Like, girl, why are you so, like, what are you pressed? Like, what is, this don't got nothing to do with you. Shamia had a right to ask that question. Ciao. And then her calling her Flavor Flav. Let me tell y'all something. You call me Flavor Flav, bitch. We never have to be cool again. Shamia took it in stride. She was like, I was Flavor Flav for Halloween. You mean to tell me she went looking in your Instagram and saw that? I don't even want to dissect all of that. Because I don't like where my mind is going to go. But you can't call me no Flavor Flav, bitch. For the rest of my life, I'm going to shade you. For every time we have to interact, I'm going to say something rude about you and your voice and your husband. I swear I would have told her, girl, keep the energy for your man, okay? Don't be spying on me. Spy on your man. And the side baby. The baby ain't do nothing to me. She just irritated me. Like, some things are shady and they're funny and they're entertaining and you're like a kiki. This is just, you're being a gnat. Well, why do you have your nose up Portia's ass? Why do you have yours up Drew's? How are you mad at Shamia for defending her best friend that she's known since high school, and you're defending a fake industry friend that you probably met 2 weeks before filming, and then y'all both are from Chicago, so you're pretending as if that you guys know each other? Y'all don't even look like y'all the same type of bitch. And if Drew's really your friend, why haven't you helped her with her wardrobe? Drew ain't your damn friend. Get off Shamia's. Get off of her. Leave her alone. Anyways. Like, get off her meow. Ugh. Talking about you're Shamina. You're a mean girl. Shamia gives a lot of things. She never gave Mean Girl that. She never gave Mean Girl. She's like, I'm gonna walk away from you because I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you good on me? Yes, I'm cool on you, girl. Go somewhere. Oh, you're a mean girl. How is she a mean girl? You're an irritating, annoying girl. You're a weirdo. You can't tell another grown woman how they should behave. It bothered you so much. Like, girl, you don't even make sense. Ma'am? So Drew and her sister, it's so funny because all this is chaos is going on. And Allison and Drew are like, girl, I'm here with you. Like, it's like, girl, the way nobody is worried about either one of you. The way nobody is worried about either one of you. Girl, I guess. Then she's like, Portia, do you want to talk? Drew, you are like an afterthought. I hate to break it to you. Every season that you've been on the show, you have been an afterthought. An afterthought. The newbies are still in the spotlight. You always begging. You always begging and scratching for a little bit of moment of relevancy. Like, girl, I guess. I think one of the, you know what? I wasn't going to say it, but I think I'll say it anyways. I don't care. I think that Drew has a lot of appreciation towards her sister. Her sister's been her manager her whole career, and her sister took her from here to here. But Drew wants to get up here. And I think she might have to figure some things out in order to get from here to there. And it might not include your sister, because your sister's setting you up to look like a ding-dong. Like, the way nobody is focused on you. No one cares about what you're talking about. Y'all set up these weird little skits and lies and stories and whatever. And it doesn't give. Your outfit doesn't give. Like, that would have been nice for maybe a little backyard barbecue or something. But look at how everyone else was dressed and look at you and your sister. Well, Portia said, I wonder where Drew was getting all this audacity from. She said, then I look behind me and the audacity is behind me with braids. See, y'all don't have to like Portia. Y'all really don't. But to me, that is what makes the show funny. It's just like authentic shade. Just like fly by your seat. Just something happens and you say what you really think. Drew is an actress. Put her in somebody's movie, somebody's soap opera. Get her off of our show. That's where she belongs, behind the gates. Hire her. Not General Hospital, that's my show. Days of Our Lives, you can go over there. Go over there. Go over to Beyond the Gates or something. Get on somebody's show. But what you be doing on here... I don't know. I just don't know. So I done talked about all the foolishness that happened at the event, and the whole purpose of the event, we skipped right over it. Now, I don't remember how to pronounce this condition. I'm not going to mess it up. But Kelly said 3 of her 4 daughters suffer from OI. And I don't think I've ever heard of it. But the story that she told about how she took her daughter to the hospital and CPS and the police kind of cornered her thinking she was abusing her child. That is so awful. I hate that she had to experience that. That's really sad. That's so crazy how like somebody like that who was just literally trying to get her child some help gets accosted by this type of situation where people really be abusing their kids and y'all don't even blink an eye when their children really being abused. But I'm glad that she put this event on. I'm glad that she's bringing awareness to it because I don't even know if I've ever heard of it. And maybe I haven't, I just don't know. But clearly we need to know more about this. We need to hear about it because there are people suffering and you can help somebody. I think that the event was beautiful. I love that the proceeds went to the charity, like a good percentage of it. I don't think 100% of the proceeds, but a good chunk of it went to the cause. I love that. This was really nice. This was really cute. This was very classy. It was very demure. It wasn't demure because it was at Balmain, but It was really nice. It was giving, and I love it. And I just have a couple of things to say to some of y'all. I've seen a lot of people saying that Mia should join Real Housewives of Atlanta. I guess she's trying to put it out there that she wants to be over there with the Atlanta girls. And they were like, oh, she would fit in. Fit in where? Where would she fit in at? Usai. I can remember Mia hosting one event on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And it was at a park. It was at a public park for free. Remember when she was calling everybody low budget? But the only event that you've ever hosted on the show that I can recall was at a public park. Kelly just hosted an event. She shut down the Balmain store and hosted a charity event. And the proceeds go to the charity. And you say that Mia fits in here? Do y'all remember Portia's March of Dimes event? Do y'all remember Kenya throwing Brooklyn a tea party? Do you guys remember, like, all the extravagant... Mia fits in where? Where does Mia fit in at? With Drew, maybe. I don't even think she fit in with Drew, because at least Drew had a legitimate career. Please, you guys, don't piss me off. Do not piss me off talking about some Mia belongs. No, she don't. Them girls will eat Mia up, and all she's going to do is go cry in the back like she did at... She couldn't even handle Giselle and them, and y'all said she can fit in here. Please, I beg. Anyways, I've been sitting here running my mouth for far too long. So let's just, we can reconvene next week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.